How you doing? Right then, so I thought I'd tell you a little bit about a recent personal brand shoot that I did with Kyle from Breaking Free Design in Huddersfield. Right, so Kyle's ace. Kyle does so much. He's built my website. He helps me with everything. He's always kind of shouting at me to do more kind of SEO, and he does do so much. So when he asked me to do a shoot for him, I was like, yeah, bring it on. Kyle's a typical creative like me. He's an introvert. He doesn't like having his picture taken, so this is kind of a big deal for him. So I wanted to make it as easy and as relaxed as possible. So how'd you start that? You take him to the worst place you can. He wanted to have some of these pictures which were going to be for a PR piece about helping businesses in Huddersfield. So it was like, where can we go where you're overlooking Huddersfield? One place, Castle Hill. Right, Sunday morning, it's pretty quiet. Let's just head there and get a shot within 30 seconds. So that's pretty much what we did. And it would just like tick that one off the list. Then the fun started. Kyle decided to take me to some like derelict place, which is amazing. I love things like that. Creatives are up for things like that. So I'll jump at chance of going anywhere derelict. So this one's like a black and white picture of Kyle. This is just when he's relaxing. We had quite what's called hard light, where the sun's high up in the sky, and it's really kicking out some rays. So you've just got to be careful on positioning people. When you've got a kind of a male and a creative, you can get away with all sorts of stuff that you wouldn't usually do if it was for, I don't know, a female solicitor or something. But yeah, fun started. So this is Kyle just relaxing. We've got to start somewhere, haven't we? And then we're in like a derelict building. And when I'm doing brand shoots, I want to create as many pictures for someone as humanly possible so they can use them for pretty much everything. So this one would be perfect as like a double spread in a magazine. And again, sometimes it's more about the environment. So this Kyle's actually kind of tiny in the frame, but it's just saying, you know what, we're in a derelict place. This is it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then it's kind of just building this like rapport with Kyle. So it's just kind of taking some headshots, getting him to relax. Right, this one's an interesting picture. Right, I was talking to someone and I introduced Kyle to them, and they said, you know what, Kyle's a great lad, but he looks like a serial killer. And this is a moment when I actually told him that someone thought he looked like a serial killer, and this is his reaction. It's amazing the sort of stuff that comes out of my mouth when we're doing these personal brand shoots, but I absolutely love this picture. I usually wouldn't, kind of compositionally wise, I wouldn't photograph someone kind of on a profile like this, but for me it worked, and maybe I should have told him at a different point, but yeah, I love it. So that's Kyle, the serial killer. He won't get rid of that now, will he? Right, and so brick walls. Love a good brick wall. Every photographer loves a brick wall. And when they've got graffiti on, and when they've also got blue on, and Kyle's brand is blue. So yeah, bring it on. And again, just playing around, positioned him. As you can see, the light's really interesting. I wanted to use lots of highlights and shadows. More brick wall. This is, again, it's just having a laugh, and this is kind of shooting in between the shots, and this is usually when you get the good stuff, when the client doesn't think you're actually kind of photographing them. You're kind of doing it on sly and you're just talking nonsense, which I'm kind of fluent in. And again, full length. This one's where I just lay on the floor. Every shoot I do, I want to come back mucky. I don't feel like I've done my job unless I've been laying on the floor and just creating art, really. When I'm around places, I'm always looking for things just to make something more interesting, and this was like kind of a gas barrier where I just shot through this. And compositionally, it's a frame within a frame, and frames within a frames always work. Always creates something interesting. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Typical portrait outside, kind of a derelict building. But again, I like the blue because it goes with what Kyle's wearing. And then this is me just going, I can be arty-farty, I can use flair. Yeah, I do like flair sometimes I don't, there's a place for it. Again, just more kind of pictures and derelict building. Sometimes I go kind of closer, sometimes I go further away. Once I've kind of got that trust, I can go as close as I like to someone. So sometimes I push that. Again, more portraits of Kyle. You know, he's looking good in his branded top and his shiny shoes and things. And again, there's blue boards around, so I'm always looking for things that will work with someone's branding. This is me kind of going, Kyle, you should be locked up and in a cage. No, it's not really. It's me just shooting through some kind of bars. This one we went into the derelict building and I just looked at how the light was falling. Again, it was really hard light, but with a bit of careful positioning of Kyle, I just like managed to create this portrait, and I really love it. I love the black and white as well. When we were in this building, I kind of looked at Kyle's t-shirt. I thought, oh God, he's a designer. It's something he's designed himself, isn't it? So I was like, well, that's great. And the fact that he's in a derelict place and he doesn't know I'm taking that picture, you know, it's something quite candid about it. Again, we're in God knows where we are. It's like I'm climbed into all this sort of stuff, like banging my head and stuff. But again, shooting through things just make things interesting, and I'm always looking to do some of that. You see more of that. But yeah, you can see we go to some good places, don't we? Hey, now to look after someone. Yeah. So again, just Kyle doing his thing. And by this time he was completely like at ease with us, and we were just talking nonsense constantly. This one again, it's going back to what the brief was. It's about kind of regenerating Huddersfield and helping businesses. So again, I'm always looking for something that I think could make an interesting picture for like a news article or like a double spread in something, just something kind of different. So that's that. This one is the same kind of setting as the other one, but I've just used a different camera and different lens. I always use 2 cameras, 2 lenses when I'm doing these, so I can just like go in between really easily. More portraits in derelict places. This one I really like. This is kind of just a really nice portrait of Kyle. Again, it's kind of in a derelict place, but you know, it's just beautiful light. This one, right, I love this picture. However, I can't look at it without smelling it. I thought I'd studied loads of Shogdite, but I hadn't. It ended up to be human poo. So yeah, ended up standing in human poo, and I'm just glad we went in Kyle's car. That's all I can say. Sorry mate, but I'm sure it's come off eventually. But yeah, I just love this picture. I love how he's looking away. I used like the barrier as just a bit of interest. And then we headed off into town near where Kyle works. And then we went to the canal, and there's lots of like mills and stuff. And again, yeah, we had quick costume changed. And again, it's like, how can we create something different? Kyle on a canal, you know, he's got his best cardigan on, best bless him. And we just decided to work it. This is under a bridge. Like, again, if you look at these places, like if you can walk past them and go, there's no way I'm photographing that, but there's always something you can do if you know like the rules. And again, nice black and white picture. This again would look nice as a double spread. Bit of canal scene setting. It's Huddersfield, it's a canal. This one, this is kind of taken in the same location as the previous one, but I saw this old dude, this dude going past. He had like a Ford Escort Mark II or something, and he blaring his tunes out. I thought, I'm having him. So yeah, I'm always kind of like taking photos whilst like just people are going past, because you never know. This one here, again, it's all about scene setting. Like I saw Castle Hill in the background, and there was all this mill, and you know, a couple of 100 yards is where Kyle works. So I just thought, it's an interesting kind of image to take. I don't know if it'll ever use it, who knows, but you know, I can shoot that. Then I just kind of walked to the other side of the bridge, left Kyle where he was, and he just turned round, but it was better light. Instead of shooting as a silhouette like I did with the other one, I shot this one kind of using the proper light. And again, I think this one even got used in his PR piece, so it's always interesting. You never know what people are going to use. These ones I absolutely love. I saw this arch on this bridge, and again, it's the same bridge that we'd just been using. And I just got Cal said, yeah, you know, I'm going to shoot from above, I'm going to shoot from below. And shooting from below usually makes someone powerful. You have to be very careful on who you shoot below. Like, yeah, there's certain people who don't like me kind of shooting below, so I will behave sometimes. And again, it's just I just liked the grittiness and the composition of the leading lines and the arch, and he was just working with this. Kyle's pose is great. I told him to stand square onto me and kind of like put his hands in his pockets. And then I'm always kind of trying to see how many pictures I can get from one location. I don't want to change the locations all the time. If I can get 5 different pictures from a location, you know, I'm doing my job. Then I kind of went down the stairs and I was like, oh, you know, this is perfect. If only we had some birds come across. And then all of a sudden, a flock of birds flew across. I was like, bring it on. I'm happy now. And then the birds had gone, but this is black and white. Same kind of thing. I've just moved up a step. This one is kind of outside Kyle's offices, so to speak. And I kind of liked it. I had to move the sign a little bit because it was in the way. But yeah, it was sort of working, but then I thought, right, you know, let's get my other lens out, shoot with that. Bang, love this picture. And yeah, job's done. So there's a quick insight into sort of my style of photography. Not everything's as gritty as that. It's only because Kyle, you know, he's a creative and he's up for that we chose that location. He actually chose the location. You know, sometimes I'm not as daring with people, but yeah. So if you're interested and want some different pictures, then give me a shout.